Hey everybody, welcome. Fuck off. Um, we're testing. Can you actually send me the link, Jack? It should be up on my channel, I think.
Yeah, give me 1 second. As soon as I figure out what I'm doing here.
Sure.
There we go. There you go.
Cool. Thank you.
Morning.
So I read. What's that?
I said good morning to everyone.
Are there people there?
Yeah, there's like 5 people watching. Evolved Potato and Stargazer are in chat.
Oh, hey guys.
Unholy Reaper.
It's because Monkey's not streaming. Yeah, in case you can't tell, this is just a test stream. I'm stress testing my computer with some, as you can see, some OBS backgrounds that I'm building here. Remember this one, Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I pulled that one off of my last laptop, my old laptop, and I pulled every background that I had ever made, the basic images and stuff like that. This one was cool. I like this one, the Gotham background from Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah. Are we supposed to see the whole bottom row thing, or is that something we need to not worry about?
What, this stuff right here?
Yeah, all the gray areas, the meters and everything.
Oh, well, yes. For this.
Okay, I didn't know if that was like, top secret information or something.
No, for this test stream, it's like, for this test stream, I mean, this motherfucker right here is just, ooh, look. That's what's behind everything, in case you guys are wondering. It's the Defiant. I just have OBS on my second monitor right now. Because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. And chat, for you guys who are bored enough to show up and listen to Jack and I ramble doing this test stream, they wouldn't have anything to look at. But yeah, this is the... Here, let's make fun of the people over at the Lo-Fi hip-hop channel that I'm stealing this chat from. Lots of oh-woos chat, as you can see.
What the hell does oh-woo mean?
Don't, just leave it alone, Jack. Just leave it alone.
Is that like an uhuru thing that I don't want to know about?
Is it a what?
Uhuru.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's I say oh-woo. Other people are like it's not, and I'm like, I don't care. It's something that like 13-year-olds say to each other in their little internet hidey holes.
Children are weird.
Yes. But aren't you impressed with all the moving car animations and everything? Come on.
Oh, you put a lot of work into that, man.
Notice how the clouds are moving, and there's 2 layers of clouds, and the slower moving ones go behind the moon, and the faster moving ones come in front of it. There's the bat signal.
I saw the bat signal earlier. How are they behind the moon? Is the moon like just floating in the sky? How does that work?
It's for effect. Stop being a literalist.
Well, you said they're behind the moon. I was just curious.
No, they appear to float behind the moon because clouds that are more distant will seem to do that.
Oh, I assume the moon was stuck firmly in the firmament, but if I don't know how this works. I'm not up to date on the sciences.
Well, this is noir world where weird things happen. So, did you notice the blinking aviation light on top of this building? Yes, I went through the trouble to animate that little blinking.
Oh man, it's the little stuff that makes people look at it. It's not a boring, stagnant image.
And the 2 smoking chimneys.
Yeah.
And then the apartment lights go on and off and such. And there's no sound running, but you'll get a kick out of the music, the city noise, and the distant 1930s saxophone playing and echoing through the city streets. And then it starts to rain. And when it rains, of course, you hear rainfall and stuff like that. So people won't be annoyed just hearing us blather.
No, it'll sound like they're in the middle of the city.
Which is hopefully the idea. And I separated them on tracks, the city noise versus the music. So I'll be able to adjust them down here accordingly.
So you have like the sounds of gunshots and the cries for help, that sort of thing.
I haven't done gunshots and cries for help, but you might wonder if I went through the trouble to find 1930s period correct police sirens. And I did.
Oh, I've assumed you did. I've seen how much work you're putting into this.
You know, and the car horns too, you know, the auga, like those old 1930s car horns. Yeah. I went and got one of those, found some samples of them on YouTube and incorporated them in. But this is since I don't have the virtual audio cables set up right now, you won't be able to hear them. So I figured there was no point in installing them.
Yeah.
So anyway, what was I doing over here?
I don't know.
Let's see how baked my potatoes getting. Between 60 and 73% of my CPU's max is going right now.
It's not that
Ouch. Bad. Yeah.
Man, I thought it'd be a lot higher than that. I thought it'd be running in like the 80s or 90s.
Well, the problem is that when it hits 99, it never goes to 100. It just maxes out at 99, right? Like according to Task Manager anyway, right? That's when you start skipping frames or dropping frames, and that's when everybody watching gets buffering. Yeah, and nothing fucks a stream up worse than buffering. I mean, nobody wants to listen to that. It's worse than me going all robot-y like I do every fucking stream. I mean, we got very little time to figure it out, right? This Thursday. No more Hangouts as of this Thursday.
I'm not worried about it.
Really?
Yeah, really. I just don't care.
Well,
like, it'll be annoying, but they'll eventually roll something else out as a replacement because they're going to lose too much money out of this. They don't.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, look at Adpocalypse 1.0, 2.0, and Voxpocalypse. I mean,
yeah, I don't know though. That super chat money, they seem to really enjoy that. And not everybody's on OBS yet, unless they're planning on releasing their own OBS substitute that you have to use, which would not shock me at all. It's kind of that Kodak proprietary method.
Right.
Necrosol Collins wrote a nice lyric for us.
I saw that. That's a good, nice throwback. I like that. A pretty good audience for a test. More than we deserve, let me tell you.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I mean, seriously, look at this. I'm from Australia, Russ, US, Finland. Like this great deep chat going on over there on that lo-fi hip-hop channel. Huh?
I hear there are people from Finland watching lo-fi hip-hop channels on YouTube.
Did you hear that?
Fight off Yetis and shit.
Well, do you want me to give you the link? You could go over there.
No, I don't care at all. I already started enough problems. I got my first death threat on my channel today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Popped your cherry.
That's how you know you made it on the internets. Well, on my Bad Comic Review channel. I've got them on the other channels a couple times, but I was like, oh, I'm big time now with my 400 and some subscribers.
So why'd they want to kill you?
I don't know. Probably because it's making fun of War Campaign on Twitter.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
They're an angry crowd over there.
Yeah, I'm running at 80% of my CPU now. 64% of my physical memory is gone. I've got a whopping 6 gigabytes, chat, of RAM on this laptop. 6 whole gigabytes. Eve has more RAM memory available on her fucking video card than I have on my whole computer.
Damn, dude. Like, when did you get this computer? Like, did it come out with like punch cards?
The only problem with punch cards is when you drop them because they need to go in a specific order.
Yeah, I remember them.
I don't.
I'm old.
I'm just referencing the jokes from like original series Star Trek where the computers actually make that running card noise.
Right? No, when I was in high school, we went to the university for like a tour,
Mhm.
and there was a guy putting in punch cards to the machine, and he dropped his briefcase full of them, and I saw a man cry. Like he just he just kind of like looked down, and you could see tears coming down his face. He didn't like start bawling like or anything, but it was just kind of that look of defeat. It, and oh man, I felt bad for that guy, but nobody else seemed to really pay much attention to him as he scooped everything back into his briefcase and slowly walked out the door, probably to jump off the top of that building.
Did you were you around when Vault Potato says if you got a Streamlabs, you could get a new PC soon? Well, hey Jack, let me ask you a question. You have a Streamlabs. Is
Yes.
it enough to buy a $600 computer from Newegg that you don't know how to put together?
Yep.
Damn it. I was hoping you were going to say no.
Now, if I could fucking screen share, I'd show you my thing, but no, I've had Streamlabs for about 6 months, and I've easily passed that because
Nice.
our fans are awesome.
They are. I don't know though. It's the filling I pulled out with a Jolly Rancher is begging for attention. I was eating a Jolly Rancher and it yanked out a filling. What?
Why
And
are you eating Jolly Rancher?
And money needs to go towards you were there the night I was explaining that to Monkey.
Yeah, I have the memory span of slightly better than Monkey.
That bad, huh?
Well, I tend to forget things.
Well, yeah, that's what happened. And yeah, I have dental through campus, but they don't cover like not reconstructive work, but work to fix previous work, only new work. Fucking insurance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so my dentist is like, so are you ever going to get that fixed? It must hurt. I'm like, yeah, fucker, it hurts. You opened a giant hole in my fucking tooth and filled it with something that then popped out. Thanks, incompetent.
I'm more ascribing to my grandfather's philosophy of go get the pliers. We'll take care of this right now.
Well, yeah, it hurts like a son of a bitch is the fucking point. And
yeah, just yank it out.
No, I'm not going to just fucking yank it out.
Like a Band-Aid. There's plenty more over that.
My point being and bringing it up is that dental care is slightly higher on my priority list than a computer I can play video games at full resolution with.
Evolved Potato said he'll give you $100 when you get a Streamlabs.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, a lot of people have been pushing me to get my ass in gear, and I hear you. Setting up an LLC is harder than one would think, especially when the majority of your time is filled with contractual obligations. Where if you don't do them, they'll take you to court. Yeah, not actually. They'll just demand their money back, and then they send it off to, I'm assuming, small claims. I don't know. I've never not fulfilled a research contract before, but you never want to do it because you'd never get one again.
Yeah, no shit.
That's really the danger. It's like, because eventually you're going to do the work, like, but you never want to pass deadlines on that.
No, that's important shit. That's, you have real life obligations outside of doing this.
And people wonder why I show up late for streams and like Sinatra gets on my ass, where it's like, you're dead to me. And it's like, dude, I was fucking.
He said I'm dead to him, and he didn't even spell dead out.
Did he send you dead gifts yet?
No, not yet. I hadn't accepted the invitation. He had just sent it, and I didn't see it for a few hours. So I'm not as dead to him as you are.
If you pull your tooth out, it'll grow back.
Yeah, true story.
On YouTube's like that's wrong.
And Rico said we might need to have an intervention for Monkey. Let me know if I pronounce you guys' names wrong. Sometimes I do that because I'm really bad with names.
So Jack, speaking of which, I actually happen to have this folder open right now. You've been reading Star Trek Year 5, right? Like,
I read the first 3. I haven't read issue 4 yet. I don't think it's out yet.
No, I've only got 1, 2, and 3. But
okay,
I got them but didn't read them. I was behind on Q Conflict, so I was like, I got to read that first. Yeah. And then I've been doing the whole Aliens retrospective, at the same time, right? So anyway, I eventually get around to reading them, and so it's like, so you guys know what we're talking about here. Like, this is year 5, number 1, right? Holy shit. Stephen Thompson is fucking awesome. The
Right?
artist to this.
I said that
Like-
in my video, and I didn't think
Like
anybody
this-
was believing me, but
I was captured by just this first page.
that dude is amazing. He needs to write all the Star Trek, or do the art for all the Star Trek books in IDW.
Like I was like, holy shit, that's a nice double page spread, right? But this is what sold me. Like, look at this use of panels, man. Like the overlay of one Spock over the other, and
This guy gets it. He gets comics.
this, and then the next one's like, look at the angles this guy is working with.
Yeah, yeah, he's really got it down. Hey, what's up, Far?
Well, it's Far in chat, yay.
Yeah,
and then so I'm just loving it, right? And then the story is like the writers too. They deserve their props.
Yeah, it's
Lansing
really
and Kelly loving it. The
Well, I mean,
Tholians and everything, and
who takes out the Tholians? So, I mean, if you're gonna write a Star Trek comic, you think Klingons and stuff like that, but the Tholians?
yeah.
I had to like dig back in the memory bank to figure out who they were.
Yeah, they're rarefied. They don't come up a lot because unless you have CGI, how are you going to draw these crystal creatures? You know?
Yeah, and you don't need to because it's a comic book.
And this first page, talk about grabbing you. Who is this guy that's got a gun to the back of Kirk's head and is like, "Are you ready now, Captain?" Like he's gonna do him in. What's going on? This is page 1.
I'm pretty sure that's the showrunner from Star Trek Discovery.
But then when you get on to issue 3, they change the artist. That hurt. That really hurt. Like IDW, you can't keep the same super quality artist for a limited series, guys. Come on.
Is this a limited series?
Year 5, I thought like they didn't announce the number, but I thought that this story arc was going to be, because he's talking about like, I can't believe, like Kirk with his captain's logs is saying our 5-year mission, we're not going to have another anniversary in space. We're going to die out in space and so on. That, I don't know. All the indications were that this was like a limited time story arc. That was my guess.
Yes, we're live, P-Dog. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was just like a the first story arc is 6 issues, and then they're gonna do 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever. I didn't know if it was a limited series or ongoing. And comic companies are terrible about telling us these things, but yeah, it probably is a limited series. But yeah, the first 2 issues, beautiful art. Third one's not bad though for IDW. It's pretty decent art.
It's when you got this like fantastically good guy. What was his page rate too high? That's what I figured.
Probably. I mean, IDW's in a lot of financial problems, but they have some really good books. So I'm kind of like, you got to give them a little bit of leeway. They're a pretty small company, and they made some really terrible decisions over the last few years. But they got some cool stuff coming out, and that, like, this book's been great. Transformers Ghostbusters is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't read that, oh man, pick that up. That was so much fun.
Far as, so why is this a test? I was constructing the background that you see here, and I guess I should have realized this. I just didn't put thought to it to think about it. An animated background as the one you see, even when it's simple animations, like just it's probably hard to tell, but the moon is slightly moving off to the right on an arc. It's actually arcing because you see, Jack, orbit is a thing, and the moon doesn't travel. It's got this thing called an apogee in the sky where it.
No, the firmament rotates on the terrarium that is Earth.
The terrarium.
Yeah, we're God's conservatory.
Yes, and so as you can see, the clouds are moving and stuff, right? And every now and then you'll see a car drive up and down the road here, and so on, and then the little smoke coming out of the chimneys for those 2 buildings here, and then plus the animation of this. And I didn't realize that all that animation, other than a still image, requires computational power. Duh, I just didn't think about it. So, while constructing this and capturing, as you can see over here, for those you don't know, this is a capture from my Discord, And I finally figured out how to make the background transparent and increase its size and lay filters upon it to sharpen it, because it's actually way smaller than this. Like when you see it on Discord, for those of you who have Discord, the letters aren't nearly this big. And yes, you can keep expanding its size in any direction you want, but then it gets blurrier the bigger you make it. So I figured out a way to lay brightness and sharpening filters on it so it looks better, and then plus have it be what's the word I'm looking for here? Transparent. So you can see it and all. Not that Jack's on Discord or anything, so that's useful.
Fuck Discord.
Yeah.
This person on YouTube said, "Don't start with the globe head BS, Polly. I saw the ice wall and was turned away by the guards."
You fancy, Polly. No Streamlabs. Logic?
Stop spreading truths, Jack. Never.
Well, it's perfectly reasonable. What do you mean cryptic? Jesus Christ. It makes perfect sense. I didn't need a Streamlabs to construct all of this, so I don't have one. But ironically, I'm going to need a Streamlabs. See, look, a car. They're driving. And in case you're
like money, Jack likes money.
Well, I've tried telling you guys. All you got to do is give Jack money and specifically say that it's for me.
No,
and then he'll be honor bound to fulfill that. Because Jack's many things, but a scumbag liar is something he's not.
True, but yeah, I don't like doing that. But yeah,
I no one said you were gonna like it. We just said you were gonna do it. So you can trap him in honor. So anyway, yeah, I'm just.
But I have no way of giving it to you except an Amazon gift cards.
The money don't know where it came from, and it all spends the same, bro.
Yeah, you don't have to pay taxes on it later, though.
Well, you can pretend that you don't have income, but then, see, I'm
not going to jail. Not for taxes. I'm not Al Capone.
I love this kind of songs. Okay.
English is not good over on that horrible stream you're looking at there.
Sniping?
Yeah.
Well, I was, for those of you who don't know, it's like I'm running it just to see how bad gets. Like in the background while we're talking here, I'm slowly adding things onto this OBS background to see what causes stress and what doesn't. And the only way to do it is to actually live stream with voice going on. So my laptop's having to deal with OBS running with all the animations running with Jack and I talking and with capturing a chat while having Discord open. And my computer's getting a little warm. I'm not going to lie. I can feel it right now. Like my hand's on top and it's nice and toasty.
Have you considered buying little the little things you put in your lunchbox? Little ice packs?
An Otter Pop?
Whatever the little ice pack things are, the refreezable ice packs.
Oh, I could, but that kind of seems to be working backwards from where I should be going. I think I should really be,
upgrading? Yeah.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, but the problem is that there's like a deductible on it of $600. Like, it's not like you can have like, well, $50 I'll put into it and I'll buy I guess I could go and buy like a power supply one thing at a time. But if you've been over to Newegg where Hammer and Platy and other people have suggested I go, and it looks like they got pretty good prices. I don't have a Micro Center near me, but that kind of thing.
Micro Center, what a waste of money, dude. Just get it off Newegg.
Really? I don't know. I've heard people say, I don't know. I'll take your word for it.
They're slightly overpriced. I had a buddy that worked for Geek Squad. He was always going in there, but he would buy stuff he knew was reasonably priced, but it was not cheap. It was, I would say, probably 20% higher than buying it off Tiger or Newegg. Is
really?
Tiger still around?
I don't know. What's Tiger?
It was another like Newegg site where you could buy computer bits. I don't build computers, so I don't know shit about it. I know how to start my computer on fire. I did that once.
Nice.
Yeah. Apparently, when I take things apart, they stay taken apart. Yeah, tigerdirect.com. Thank you, Cryptic.
So the Okay, hold on.
Might want to write that one down.
So you can buy like, and people show me the best way to do it is to buy. Sent me links and stuff. It's like to Newegg where it's like, okay, here's a package that's like everything but the processor or everything but the video card and the processor, like bundles, and it's like if you can click on each one of those things and see if you add it all up that the bundles are a lot cheaper. So you're going to want like basically everything but the processor and then buy the processor separately, or the processor included and then the video card separately, because a lot of gaming nerds are, man, I've got my own NVIDIA card. Fuck you guys and you know what I mean? And the bundles are like 300 to 500.
Oof.
So that kind of seems to be like the minimum buy-in for the tower and the power supply and the motherboard and.
Cryptic said buy AMD if you want to go cheaper price.
Yeah, I mean, there is no extreme stress that I'm going to be putting on this computer, and there are no super high-end games that I'm going to be running on it. The games that get me interested are like emulator arcade games and the throwback games that Razorfist plays, and point and click adventures from the 1990s I've never heard of because I've never been into video games really. So anyway, it's really simple games. I'm not going to be stressing the shit out of the computer. Multitasking is the only stress I'm going to put on it. Wanting to run Vegas Premiere, Photoshop, and a browser with 2 instances and 10 tabs per instance all at the same time. And I want it all running like, no problem.
Yeah.
But some people have told me it's like, that's not much of a demand. The only thing that's a demand that you ever do really is you want fast rendering. That's what's going to be a tax. Everything else is, no, it's not a big deal. So I'm like, okay, take your word on it. All right. I am going
Cryptic said AMD is great for multitasking.
Yeah. As opposed to what? Like AMD as opposed to?
I don't know. I'm just reading words. You're lucky I can do that half the time. I was about to go to bed when you messaged me.
Look at all this. Did I have to learn how to CSS? Yes. Yes, I did. See all this coding? Yes, I typed that out by hand. Because if you want to make your scripts have their own style, that's what you got to do.
I don't know what anything you said means.
Wow, that's a horrible font, isn't it?
Cryptic said Intel.
Oh, as opposed to Intel AMD? Okay. That font is called Mountains of Christmas.
Mountains of Christmas. That sounds like you're banging a chick named Christmas, and that's what you call her boobs.
Yeah.
Or worse, it's a Santa Claus version of At the Mountains of Madness, which I would totally read. I would totally read that.
Microsoft released a new theme harking back to Windows 1.0. Oh God, why?
Nostalgia rage.
Deck Train said, MAME 2, Polly, like for emulators, and it's, man, I have had some bad luck with emulators. Holy Christ. Wouldn't work, wouldn't load, just errors, and just, oh my God. I just want to play Super Mario Brothers. See, here's the question. What do you think, Jack, and the 47 of you that are generously hanging out while we blather during this stress test? Does anybody care anymore if there's an embedded chat? Like now that there's chat replay, does it matter anymore?
I don't think so personally, because most of the time when you rewatch the stream, you can't read it anyway. At least I can't. My monitor's fairly large on this laptop. But...
You know what? I hear what you're saying, because if you ever watch Razorfist's streams, like his gaming streams, he tries to minimize the size of the chat, which makes sense because he doesn't want it taking up any more of the gameplay than possible. So it's like this. So why the fuck did you even put it on, man? It just looks like there's some writing there.
Yeah, but it's too small to read. I would rather have you leave the live chat up for the replay and then read it on the right-hand side as if it was going live the first time. You know what I mean? really
Yeah, like
tired.
the only time that it really matters, it seems to me, is when you're re-uploading your stuff over on um BitChute.
Well, even then, if it's too small to read during the rewatch, I guess,
Right.
then what's the point? Like
Yeah.
look at Rakita streams. You can't read anything that's being said in chat.
No, you can't.
It's too small. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
it's
Stargazer
Stargate.
Far, Rivda Dar. I still don't know how to say his name. He's all over the place in our streams and comments and like phonetics. I would appreciate. How do you say your name? Rivda Dar.
We're not good with literacy.
Feel free to correct us. We're bad at this.
Yeah, Necrosol said, I don't read chat on replay. Okay, let's take a vote. Chat, one for leave the chat in the screen, two for no. Yeah, it's RVA Dar,
RVA Dar. Okay.
I think. So they're spacing out RVA.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. RVA it is.
That's what I thought. Yeah, two. Nobody cares about the little
See,
chat thing.
like if you put it down here, it looks all nice
man,
and compact and in the corner and out of the way, but it's also useless.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's almost universally twos. So you can eliminate that. That might ease up a little bit of pressure off the system. And you'd
Yeah.
get a more wide angle view of the sky scene. I can't fucking talk.
Well, that's fine.
The cityscape. That's what I was trying to say.
There it is.
And because it kind of clutters up the image.
And I don't want our talkie talk boxes, whatever you want to call them, because they'll light up when we're talking. It's just there's nobody currently in my Discord right now, so our names aren't there because somebody here doesn't have Discord. Otherwise, we'd be voicing from there.
Dude, I've not heard really anything good ever come up Discord. It's always people complaining about how bad it is. The doxers, the fighting, and people secretly recording each other. It's a shit show. It's sort of like going to that crappy hip hop channel you were being in.
Oh yeah, the lo-fi awoos galore. Oh
It's
look,
weird.
Far's over in my general now. Say something, Far, so it'll light up. Oh, she's gone. Let's spy in on Far and Platy and Slep. There they are.
Wow.
Did I go capture their Discord separately? I may have. No.
If you have little preview window running, stop that. Big Hollow said.
If I have a little preview window running, stop that. Oh, like over in whatchamacallit.
Also, Far says you're creepy.
It's coincidence that where it falls on the screen, like you can see there's my big finger. Oh, I got to turn off.
You're a creepy otter.
There she is. She's back over here now.
And Brown Coat's with me. Discord's nothing but trouble. Thank you for the backup.
Actually, Far, say something. Your whatchamacallit isn't lighting up when you talk. There should be a green circle that appears around your. I might have had it fade out. Your name should light up brighter, and there should be a green circle that comes around your avatar when you talk in Discord. And I just
P-Dog's asking if we're running voice through Discord or still using Hangouts.
Still through Hangouts, because Jack doesn't have Discord.
But eventually.
It's fine for the purposes of this stress test, and I'm 82% CPU, 66% memory. I want to see how much higher the memory climbs as I'm on longer. I only have 2 tabs open in WaterFox. For those of you who don't know, it's a fork off of Firefox. It's a really light running, stripped down browser, and it's still running at 600 megabytes of RAM. That's fucked.
Do you have Far muted?
Oh. No.
Oh. Nipple plates.
I do
They're
not
called
recall.
pasties, you guys. Jeez.
I don't recall where that name it came up in discussion one night when we were talking the phrase nipple plates, and it never went away. And as far as Kecky like that. No, you're not muted.
It's the one time you don't have me muted, she says. Well, I think taking the chat out probably will help a little bit, won't it?
It did. It Discord was running at it was running at like 21 to 23% of my CPU. Like how much processing power was just taking a run, and it knocked 2% off, and every little bit helps.
Yeah.
Keeping in mind that I'm trying to run as many things as I actually will have going on when a real stream is going on, because this is coming up this Thursday that we're going to have to do it.
Yeah. Well,
as of this Thursday, like this Wednesday's show, we'll be able to still do on Hangouts, but I can't believe they're getting rid of Hangouts with nothing ready to come in its place.
Do you expect anything else from the corporations these days? I mean, this is just absolutely horrendous planning.
Yeah. What planning? It's like, let's just bring it to an end. Okay. Like, wow.
No, maybe it would be easier if like me and Quiz read some of the stories too, to ease the burden off your system.
Well, see, okay, here's the thing. It don't really need to display anything on the screen. Like, there's a question that I have for chat. You guys are all people that show up here regularly. Chat, does it matter if to you guys if the story we're reading is up on the screen? I think it doesn't make all the difference in the world, but it's a little something. Like the story would appear like in a big square cutout in the center of the screen, like so, which I haven't done yet. I haven't built that yet.
Yeah.
I think it's nice when you can, because I mean, Quiz will end up like, hold on, in the paragraph above it said blah, 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 blah. Like he's reading off of it sometimes. Some people are following along.
Well, it would probably help if we pulled it up on our own systems too.
Well, that would require you guys to do shit.
Well, we don't always have the links beforehand either, because you surprise us sometimes.
Well, that's true. How would you send somebody, if you had like 12 tabs open in your browser, how would you send 12 links to somebody as like a set of things? Save them as a favorite in a folder and then send the folder to somebody somehow?
I don't know.
I mean,
I would just tell us which ones you're going to do on Twitter in the DM. So we get the group DM. Tell us which ones we're going to do.
Yeah.
And then we could have them. Everybody will have them that way. Thank you to the gayest person on YouTube. Money specifically for Jack. Thank you, sir.
Specification. Hold on, go away, you. Yeah, I mean the really annoying part. Word documents, Polly. That would require going into each tab and copying all the text and then pasting it into a Word document. And if you've ever done that, you know that the formatting can often go right to hell as soon as you do that. Even if you try and use the different paste options, keep formatting, change formatting, use source formatting, it'll still go right to hell. And that's taking like 10, 12 stories and doing that. And Jesus Christ, guys, you know how late I show up anyway. I mean, nobody wants
it'd probably just be easier to tell us which ones we're going to do on the Twitter group chat, and then we can pull them up too. Or at least like assign, you're doing these, you're doing these.
Like Scrappy says, if Monkey's reading the article needs to be shown, it goes for Satsu too. I mean, I get it. Like I stumble over words all the time when I'm reading live. Is it the worst thing that it's up? Susan, hold on, where is it? I just scrolled and lost where it was.
Screen share yet? Nope. Fucking Chrome.
Kathy Collins said, maybe occasionally if you have a weird image you want to show us, but it's not particularly if you want to show the whole story word for word. I mean, I hear you, but then like sometimes the fun of doing it, and like this has got to happen at least once per stream, where like I'll bug you guys and say and switch to a different tab, and that's part of the joke, right? Like, guess what they're doing with Blade? rebooting him as a Muslim, like, and like bring it up on the screen at one time with like an image at the beginning of the story. That's part of the joke. That's funny. Haha.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a red hot knee slapper or anything, but like there's a mild in it. Fuck, having hangouts going away sucks balls, man.
Yeah, it does.
That you can't readily simply share your screen is really going to be a hindrance.
Yeah, it's going to hurt a lot of creators.
It's not like Hangouts is awesome. The audio sucks. I'm not a fan of it. I know Irate Bear is a bigger fan of Hangouts audio quality over Discord. Me personally, I'm a bigger fan of Discord. They both have their problems and they both have their advantages. In terms of voice quality, but video, dude, how do you beat the ease of Hangouts? Shooting people a link, that's not going to happen anymore. People say, "Hey, link me, bro," or whatever. You can't do that anymore. Not with Discord. It's like, are you in my Discord server? No. Are you on Discord? No. Well, then you can't come on the stream. Are you going to sign up for Discord instantly? It's like, I guess they can, but it's not the same as shooting them a link. So Pop-Tart is in chat with me. That doesn't make any sense. No, she's not.
Oh, Brown Coat here, they're talking about making Blade a Muslim.
Yes, they actually are. I didn't make that up.
I don't think it's been decided yet, but they're talking about it.
Yeah. Well, I think that they are testing the waters. They often do that. She was. Okay, I didn't see it. I remember reading a story about the backlash that happened when Jennifer Lopez, when she was dating Ben Affleck way back a million years ago. She wanted to fund a remake of Casablanca where she would play Ilsa Lund and Ben Affleck would play Rick.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, I've seen Geely. I know how that would end up.
See, shh, don't. Not on this channel. You don't mention that film. I was reading about the backlash that happened. She did an interview with Variety talking about, here's an idea that I've been toying with, and people are like, no. Like, you, Jennifer Lopez, Puerto Rican, want to play Scandinavian beauty Ilsa Lund? Like, you have none. You have none of her class, like, to begin with. Like, she's supposed to be a woman that was way out of Rick's. Like, he scored so far out of his league when he got with her. That's part of the story. Do you know what I mean? That he's a blue collar guy and she's like this high class educated girl. Like that's the point.
But maybe she was investing in wrinkles. He was like, I've got 1 billion wrinkles. I'm like the Bitcoin of wrinkles.
Well, yeah, Necrosol is still just like, he was not religious. It doesn't really matter. They're looking to virtue signal, right? And it's, what are they going to do? They got to make them, what are the things of today? They got to make them trans. They would have to make them gay. They would have to make them black. Oh, wait. They would have to make them, like, do you see what I mean? Like, it's not a very long checklist of protected identities. They could make them non-binary, so it's like I said, it's a very short list of things, and Muslim is on there. Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure that the people that make these decisions are secret racists because they just assume that all black people are Muslims.
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, Jack. You hang tight over here in Hangouts, and I'm going to go pop into, I'm going to mute myself here and then go pop into Discord with nipple plates over there. And we're going to see what happens. Yeah. I'm going to see if I can capture audio. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to. It should just come up on my desktop audio the way you are, but we'll find out. So hang tight.
All right. What's up,
Chat? You can unmute the stream if you're watching it and hear us talking bad about you.
Could. But that seems like a lot of work. Wait, so the audience is going to hear you guys? All right, so I don't really know what's happening. So nice, nice reference to the Darkhold Necrosol. Yeah, I can't hear them either, RJ. I see the little lights going, but I don't really know what that means either. Dara dance for you, but you can't see it, so and it wouldn't be good either. Hi, Ebony. Dance, bitch. Yeah, I hear you. Looks like the Eternals movie will be partly shot on Ektachrome film, according to CBR. Chloe Zhao's Eternals film may be going for a visual style distinct from the rest of Marvel Studios' lineup, as rumors suggest the director plans to shoot the upcoming superhero feature on 16mm Kodak Ektachrome film, at least to some extent. That's interesting. So you can use some fancy stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's the Jack stream, so it'll be a boring half awake person rambling. Jack in the Box stream. Yeah, I can't hear them, and from what I can tell from listening to the stream, I don't think you guys can either. So they're talking, but nothing's happening. Yeah, solo hosting is weird. Probably just figured out why you can't hear us. Necrosol, I don't think they're going to do the Midnight Suns arc. I think they're way too creatively bankrupt for that.
Hello.
Oh, there, I hear Polly now. So Polly.
Okay, I figured out. Okay, that was yeah, they will be able to hear us, but they won't, because I should have clued in earlier as to why they wouldn't have been able to hear us, because they're listening to us streaming from the Hangouts. Of course, they wouldn't be able to hear far. I'd have to have Discord routed through the Hangout stream. I'm not streaming through OBS right now. Of course, they're not going to be able to hear what's going on in my desktop audio.
Okay, that sounded awfully fun and technical. Thank you for that.
Well, Farah got a pretty good laugh out of it. She's like, "Oh, good job." Well, whatever.
She keeps saying "big brain moment."
Well, ha ha. Every now and then, you know.
This is why I never claim I'm smart, because then if I fuck up like that, people are like, haha, smart, you're big brain. No, I admit I'm an idiot. That way, when I fuck up, that's to be expected.
Rar, I'm scary.
That is adorable.
No, it's scary.
Oh, that is adorable.
I love it because he's actually like trying to look intimidating or something and failing completely.
Yeah.
I posted that in Far and Pletty's Discord server. With just the words "rar." I'm scary.
Scrappy, you otter, watch yourself.
What is that? What is a ploylo?
What?
I don't know. Far wrote, "You know I love you deep down, ploylo." I don't know.
It's like the down low, but with Polly.
Mm.
So it's like she loves you on the DL. Like she won't admit it normally, and you probably shouldn't have read that.
Oh, hey, you weren't around the other day when Inquisitor and you, Jack, weren't around the other day when we were going through some cyberpunk images to see what worked and what didn't. And I came across this picture. Look at this. Deckard's original blaster from Blade Runner.
Oh, nice.
The original prop. That's cool.
Hell yeah.
I've never seen it up close, like in detail. Like, I mean, I generally know what it looks like. It looks like a really oddball, futuristic kind of gun. And it's like, well, there it is right there.
Huh.
And I didn't realize that they had, and I looked it up. Yeah, they gave, what's his name? The cross-eyed actor.
Or
the guy from 2049 who played Ryan Gosling. He used the same prop from the 82 film.
Wow. Is that in a museum or something?
Yeah, it's the fuck, I forgot. They brought it in, and this was a picture that they had on display during the premiere of 2049, and that's when they got that picture, and it's in a prop museum somewhere.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. There was that picture, and then that picture. I liked it because, well, she's hot and it's super high res. I'll do something filthy with that later. For an image, don't get sick, chat. I meant for a thumbnail or something. That you've seen 2049, right?
I've seen part of it. I had bought it for like $3.75 at Walmart, and I watched like the first half of it, fell asleep because I was super tired, not because it was boring, and then I went to bed.
And then you went to bed.
I can't even verify that I saw half of it. It's literally still in the drive right now. I just haven't got around to hitting play again.
Her role, like this character, like beautiful woman, there's obviously no question about that, and her as a holographic mate, like you can purchase this program and then it learns from you because it's an AI, and then it's like the saddest, it's the most cyberpunk thing ever, and it speaks to the kind of alienation amid the masses that is emblematically cyberpunk, right? You're surrounded on a street by people and you're packed in tight with them, but everybody has their own headphones and VR viewers on walking. So everybody's surrounded in a pit of loneliness, even though they're completely surrounded by other people. Very cyberpunk. Yeah. And what's more cyberpunk than the idea of having a virtual girlfriend? You go back to your skyscraper apartment and you don't talk to any other real people. You just talk to this computer program.
Sounds amazing.
So it's great, and it fits in, and the CGI effects that they did with her as a hologram worked really, really well. And you kind of get like the loneliness that he has with her and so on. But then they did this whole thing that's a lot of people liked, and I thought was just not good. It was unnecessary in the film and added to its runtime, that she goes and purchases, sorry, spoilers here for those of you who haven't seen it. She goes and purchases the services of a prostitute to allow her to merge with that prostitute's, take over that prostitute's body or whatever the fuck, so she can be real and have an actual intimate encounter with Ryan Cross-Eyed Gosling.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just like, what? Why? It seemed to be there to like just pad the runtime, and people thought it was so awesome because of the CGI effect they did when she was merging with the real person or like embodying her, and it did look very cool, but like that whole sequence took forever and it didn't really add much to it. The
I think,
emotional.
well, yeah, well, there's the emotional connection, but then does it resolve that the hologram's willing to do butt stuff?
Well,
These are the important questions we've got, Polly.
look, the butt stuff is a very expensive DLC, and he's a humble Blade Runner. He can't afford that.
See, no, everything should come complete in the package, just like Call of Duty. Oh, wait. Oh, you wanted her to have a face too? That's season 1 DLC. You need a season pass.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, butt stuff. Or hold on, butt stuff.
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you.
Mm,
But that's a pricey DLC, man. I mean,
she's worth it. Butt stuff is a paid DLC. I forgot to download the backdoor DLC.
to me, it like undermines the whole emotional weight of her not being real, but yet very real to him. But he's not real because he's a soulless replicant. Yet it's as soon as you make one of them real, it loses the whole point. To me,
I don't know. This is way too philosophical for this time of day for me.
no, it's fine. It's fine.
I sense your anger, though. You should rant about it. Get really angry, Polly.
No. Speaking of which, you know what the view count is on that last stream?
It's not nearly as amazing as it should be, considering the beauty of that tirade you went on.
It just broke 700.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised.
I am.
I told you, everybody loves a Polly rant,
Oh,
and
sure.
you're always like, I need to hold it back and look professional.
I need to not embarrass myself publicly. It's different. It's very different. Okay, here, look at this. I also found this picture.
I forgot you still have shame.
I do have shame.
It'll go away after a while.
This is the next leather jacket I want to get.
Nice. Very retro 70s cool.
Yeah. I mean, of course, this is, Roundtree is Shaft, John Shaft.
Yeah.
And you got to pair it with the gloves. Otherwise,
Well, I mean, you don't want to look like a pussy when you're wearing the 70s jacket.
I mean, like, seriously, look at those lapels. You can't buy a leather jacket with 70s lapels like that anymore. You have to buy vintage. Look at the double-breasted buttons and everything. That's style, man. Yeah, so I saw this image and I like squirreled it away because it's I just found it a couple days ago and I'm like, fuck yeah, there it is. That's the next leather jacket I want. John Shaft out on a mission to blast the man. I'm assuming.
Well, he is one bad mother.
Shut your mouth. Not on this stream. How was it embarrassing? Nothing you said was bad. I freaked a few people out in chat, and it's like, and I can understand why. It was like, no, butt stuff. And then
you're like, oh, I don't want to rant about people, the decorum problem. And then you're like, butt stuff randomly. That otter picture's awesome.
It really is. It's
super adorable.
I wish that the reason the otter's got his little hands up is because he's kind of being held in that way. I wish I could like get rid of this guy's hands so it looks like he's pouncing or something.
I want to see that face photoshopped over the Shaft pictures, over Richard Roundtree's head, and that would be your new avatar because that would be awesome.
I see, because like if the hands were gone, it would look like he's in mid yell almost, right? So it would be
the hands kind of add to it. They're kind of like, it is kind of like the roar look. Or I ain't got no money. You can't rob me.
Yeah. All right. So bring it back up to Discord. Were you on live? Another thing that I wanted to see is that when having Discord up, whether having multiple scenes and sources for each scene was going to cause additional processing wear, but somehow the guys at OBS were smart enough to optimize it for that it doesn't load it into your system cache if you don't currently have the scene displayed. That's nice.
Oh, okay. Yay.
Were you streaming when I was using this as a background for a while?
What? I don't remember that one. Well, I think I used that on one of the Christmas streams, maybe.
Well, I started using it after the Christmas stream, so yeah,
Oh, okay.
it was a good while back. But I had animated this too, like the little. This is Pennsylvania Ave in Washington D.C. in 1928, and it's a rainy, kind of snowy, gloomy, sepia toned picture. I really dug it, and it look out. I mean, you can tell the era. Look at the fucking old timey Model T looking ass car.
Yeah.
And the animated version of this has both those chimneys there smoke as well as the exhaust from this car smokes, and then lights in the apartments turn on and off and shit like that.
And then an old man comes by to light all the gas lamps.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that'd be actually a pretty cool image to use too.
You know what's funny is that when you look at like the original Gotham background that we had here, remember the cutout in the middle was for our Hangouts avatars, so you could see who was talking, and then who was generally were over here in comic book panels, which are separate capture images. The thing that, I mean, they don't need these anymore because Hangouts, it's gone. The best we'll be able to do is this kind of jazz from Discord to see who's talking. And by the way, I've developed an entire story for this background. The car that's going towards the north, I've decided that this is north, is this car right here. Mm-hmm. That's the security for the speakeasy. That's why they keep driving around the block. There's a speakeasy up here and around the corner, and they're the paid henchmen.
Oh.
There's an entire story for this cityscape. The mob boss lives up here in the penthouse of the tallest building in the city. See, that only makes sense, which is on top of the building where, see, like I said, it's up here. The speakeasy is in the basement floor of his building because he's got a private elevator that goes from his penthouse down to the speakeasy. So nobody can see him enter or leave this illegal establishment. Haha.
You got bored one day, didn't you?
Well, I'm single right now. What do you want from me?
Parse said, I think Polly's going a little crazy.
It's not true. I've just read too much detective fiction and noir comics. It's different. These are just...
No one nowhere. It is not just a picture. He has put way too much effort into this for it to be just a picture.
Yeah, no, it's not just a picture. The if you want, here, I can show you the yeah, actually I can do that. Brain test sex. And it's going to start anytime now.
Is this porn?
No, it's not porn.
I bet this is going to tax your system quite a bit, though.
That's exactly why I'm bringing up the whatchamacallit right now. The task manager. I want to say, come on, start playing, goddamn you.
No, Polly's not crazy. He's a grad student. It's a fine line. Good one, Kathy.
That's okay. I'm not saying you're wrong, but that's still cold, man. Okay, so there's the background, as you guys can see. Same as the one from before, except it's not running through OBS. But when you wait, oh, what's that? Did I see a raindrop fall? Oh, I think I saw another one. Oh, there's some more. Oh, look, the rain is fading in. See, rain doesn't just fall like a sheet out of the sky. It starts slowly, you see, and that's realistic. So, you know, that's why you hear thundering noises in the background before the rain starts, because that's how storms work.
I don't hear that, but okay.
Well, no, you don't. Yeah, because you don't hear any of the audio. See how the rain's getting more and more intense?
Greg Rogers asked what software you use for your image.
Oh, what's that? Raindrops upon the ground? Well, of course. See, fancy. This is all done between Adobe Photoshop from CS6 and Vegas 15. Sony Vegas 15th
No,
edition.
it shows up a little bit better in the Hangout than it does on where the chat can see it on the actual stream.
Yeah, when you pipe something through Hangouts, which is what we're doing right now, the resolution on Google Hangouts sucks balls.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, this image is in 1080p 1620 or 1080p 60i, 60 frames a second, but you won't see it running through Hangouts at that resolution. It'll look choppy and shitty and low res.
Now, Zombie Teddy says you need to get out more, and the gayest person on YouTube says you're going to get your screen all wet.
Yeah, well, need to get out more.
Outside
you're not wrong, but that's cool, man.
No, outside is where people are. That's the last place you need to be.
The moon isn't on that background because the moon, the changing apartment lights, both fog things, the cars going in both directions, as well as the railing covers here and the streets are all separate layers. So the only thing that you guys saw there was, and the clouds moving, right? Those constitute layers. Like this image that you're watching right now, animated, is made up of 15 layers in Vegas. That's why it takes so long to render it out. Okay, here, let's just really tax my system by opening Vegas.
It was nice seeing you folks.
Yeah, right. Let's watch the system burn out.
Might want to lean back a little in case it decides to explode.
That's not going to happen. In the meantime, we'll look at the otter. Yeah, I love that picture of that otter, man. So I've got 2 comic books open, 7 separate images, Water Fox in one instance with 6 tabs, a Hangouts in Chrome, as well as the Hangouts were in Chrome, as well as the control room in Chrome, plus OBS running. Now let's see how my CPU is still not at 100. It still hasn't maxed out. That's good news.
Yeah. Far asked if it was 6 tabs of porn.
Hentai is not porn. It's art. Art.
I think it's porn.
It's art.
And besides, you should just watch real Japanese chicks getting banged. It's way hotter.
9.
What?
But anime titties.
Which one of us are you talking to, Teddy? He said, how many porn tabs do you have open? I currently have 4 open, but I'm not watching them because somebody dragged me in here.
I was thinking about animating the Grisella made. Animating the fire and the smoke. Because I love this picture so much. It's so
Dude, you need to put that on t-shirts when you open a Teespring store. Because
yeah, I'll have to talk to Grisella about that, but yeah. I don't know. Where would you get animated cartoon fire from? I mean, I could take that fire and take it into Photoshop and then create a GIF image out of it with, I don't know, probably need between 24 and 48 stills of it in separate images, depending on how smooth you want to make it. But see, people say these things. It's like, oh, you need to do this. And then it's like, and then they tell me I'm a shut-in. Jack, talking about you.
What? I encourage people to be shut-ins. When I go out, I don't want to see other people. Unless I need them for something. I like people when it suits my needs.
background version 2. I'm looking for this because there's a little change I want to make.
I have to agree with W.R. Costin. It's not art if it isn't a photo of a beautiful naked woman.
No,
No, that's the only true art form.
you of all people, you're a weeb, and you're into Asians and shit. You don't
I don't watch anime.
you don't like anime titties? You of all people?
I don't like anime in general.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not an anime person. It's okay, but there's only a few of them I can stand. Morning, Peter.
Hey, Peter. We have another Australian in the chat. Okay, I'm waiting for like a puff of smoke to rise up from my computer right now.
That'll happen eventually. All you gotta do is take it apart, put it back, and remember that you left a screw in there somewhere, and you have a few extra parts that look like they should be part of something.
Right.
And it'll start on fire.
See, Jake, here's what I'm talking about. This is why these things take forever. You see the city, and now it's got the bottom cut out, right?
Yep.
Okay. So you have to go through the trouble to cut that out and leave all of the little railing things, and you're doing it on a level of like that close in before it starts getting too pixelated. Okay. So it's really close in and annoying. The reason that you want to do that is, okay, so you've got an image of rain falling and then forming droplets on the ground, but you don't want to use the rain from that image. You want to use the rain from a separate image, which means you need to have this layer to cover up the rain as it's falling, and then this layer to be the ground as it slowly fills in there. See, there it is. And that layer to be this is where the rain is actually falling on, so it falls in front of it. So you have to layer order those correctly. The background to cover it, and then the foreground for it to fall in front of. Yeah. And put all of that inside of Vegas, and then render it properly. That's what makes it a bitch.
Awful. I use Photoshop to touch up my pictures for my photography stuff, and that is about it. Oh, because what you just described is 1,000 times more work than I ever put in, or I would need to put in. I never need to do that much work.
Yes, you do.
No, not on that level. No, I do layers occasionally, but mostly it's just touching up colors or getting rid of a blur or a spot or something, but not on that level, dude.
Yeah, that's why you have to do stuff like Z back. Go back. Look how long it takes to move around when I've got this many things happening. See, this is why. Okay, hold on. How's my computer doing? No, it's not bad. So what I've found out from running this little test is that mostly it's a video card problem. That my processor can handle it. The integrated video shit cannot. Like, see, look, all I'm doing is moving that car. See the little car is now floating in the sky?
Ah!
Yeah. Alien abduction.
Harry Potter.
Do you know what a bitch it was to make that little car?
I have no doubt it was a giant pain in the ass.
It's a sprite from a video game.
Yeah.
So I had to find the right one, as well as find those are actually street lights. The headlights are actually a street light, which is as big as this whole picture, that I then downsized, reoriented its angle, squished around with the warping tool, and then duplicated, and that's the headlights.
Yeah, see, that sounds awful.
It's not awful. It's just, well, what do you do when you're on a stream? Like, this is what I do when I'm on Monkey in the Morning. What are you doing?
I edit the audio for my videos. That's why I'm almost a month ahead.
Wait a minute. How do you edit audio when you're in a talking live stream?
I edit out all the gaps in the audio where I pause. And then I just have to go back and listen to it straight through once. And it takes like 5 minutes to edit the whole thing then. Because I just have to delete ums and uhs. And I use the word so a lot when I start talking. So I edit those out. most of the time, and then I just hit render and finishes the audio. So it saves me a ton of time doing it that way. That's why if I'm not responding to chat, that's what I'm doing is I'm distracted for a few minutes. I'll do it for 2-3 minutes at a time, and I can get 15-20 videos done on one of Monkey's streams. And then I just go back after we log off the stream. If I'm going to stay up for another hour, I'll listen through them and chop out any audio clips that I need cut out and render the audio, and then all I have to do is assemble it the next day. Yeah, Rico, I do use the word like quite a bit. I try not to, but it's sort of a vernacular thing because you hear people use it a lot, and you end up using it just to communicate with the dummy-dums that you run across. So,
The dummy-dums?
Yeah, the dummy-dums. Like, for sure, this is totally a thing.
So, Jack, here it is. This is the animated background that you're watching, right? This is it in Vegas. See all the little parts that make it up.
Oh my God.
Every one of these instances is like, this is the southbound car. So every time you see the car drive up and down the street, that is it doing it as a separate animated clip that I did separately and then put into the video.
I have never put this much work into anything video related ever.
Well, and it shows. I'm just,
hey, when I figure out how to use something other than Movie Maker, I'll use it. But until then, you're lucky I'm not using ULEAD still from like Windows 95.
Right. You. Well, I mean, truth be told, doing a straightforward comic edit, I mean, you've seen, like, other than the audio edits, and there's like a million little edits in them. It's only like, what? There's 3 audio tracks, me, you, and Quiz, and then 1 or 2 video ones that are all still screens. It's just whatever page we're looking at, right? So yeah, I mean, it's a lot more straightforward. There's no reason to even get very complicated at all. Like you don't even need Vegas. You can do it with just Movie Maker if you're doing a comic review, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing anything complicated, so and it saves me a ton of time because if I had to do it in Vegas, it literally will take me an extra half an hour to try and figure out what I'm doing in Vegas when I could just plug and play for Windows Movie Maker.
Well, speaking of, what are you doing? Is it
pronounced Richo?
Is what pronounced?
I pronounce it Rico. Talking to Rico. I do tend to pronounce it Rico because that's how we always hear it when we're talking to each other.
Inside my head, it's always just been Rich 8181. I've somehow just disregarded the O. It was always just Rich to me.
I learned it from Rico Suave, that song. Rico. And I always liked the way that sounded too, because it sounded really smooth. Richo. Really? Huh. Sorry, man. I'm probably going to butcher that for the rest of my life.
See? I was closer with Rich.
Yeah. Aha. Huh. Well, learned something new today. All right.
So, speaking of Monkey's stream, why isn't he streaming so the poor 65 people won't have to listen to us blather while I'm running a stress test that just needed 2 people talking in a stream happening? You guys didn't need to show up, though we appreciate it because that's why you're awesome.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
When did you guys start streaming during the day? When I'm running a test. This stream's going to go down. That's why this stream's called Quaaludes test stream. Like it.
Because you won't remember it in the morning. You wake up and there's popsicles near you. It's got nothing to do with us.
That's right. It's
Bill Cosby.
No, it's I'm here willingly, and y'all are cool. See, Ebony, you're part of our super badass audience. That's why.
Yeah, we would have had Quiz on, but he's probably at his grown-up job, being all adult.
See, oh, you know what I'm going to do actually, since I'm running a stress test right now, is the what effect having animated GIFs on the screen at the same time will have. Because that's one thing I figured out separately is whether you get OBS or Streamlabs to run the GIF, if it's happening on your screen, it's the same amount of computational power as if your computer has to render it, because it still has to render it to show it.
Oh, okay. I figured out why I'm making that mistake, because I was thinking that his name was Rico, like as in the Spanish name Rico, and it's not. It's Richo, like Richard. That's why I was making the mistake. I'll probably still call you Rico. I'm sorry. I'm gonna apologize now. Save yourself the headache trying to correct me. Yep, screen went black.
It
Oh,
went
okay, it's
black.
back. No, it's back. It's fine.
Okay. It
Oh
should be
yeah, we
showing.
should. Kathy made a good point. We should invite Monkey on.
The monkey's not awake. If
Probably
you,
not.
well, I'm assuming if you're awake, he'd be streaming instead of just showing Harley Quinn's butt again and again and again.
That'd be easier to. That's a challenging wank because you might accidentally finish on Spider-Man.
What is this?
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, that's the image of. That's when I was trying to prove to Monkey that Scarlett Johansson's so-called leaked iPhone images weren't leaked at all. They were staged because there's 5 different shots of her laying on the bed in the same way from different angles with
Yeah.
different light. That's not a leak. That's intentional.
Well, I mean, it's. I don't know. I got nothing.
Oh, I did remake that Joker image of him holding, instead of holding what's his name's card, he's holding a wad of money. See?
Oh yeah. Money, money, money.
You know how hard that was?
Uh, Probably pretty difficult, but all these are difficult for me.
It took me a full stream to pull that off because the original, he's this is from Countdown. He's holding what's his nuts? Jimmy Olsen's ID card. And then, the lanyard and everything. And I had to get rid of all of that and make it look like his suit was over here, and then find money that looked like it was drawn in the same style, and then warp it and edit it so it looks like he's holding on to it. And the longer you look at it, it looks like this was placed in there fakely. I probably shouldn't be telling the fucking chat this.
Eh, well, this is a test stream. We're supposed to be testing your system.
Yeah. There's that one. And then here's an animated one. Let's see what it does to my.
Peter said he finds the game boring to watch. Yeah, man, I don't like watching video games being played most of the time. They have to be very story intensive, or I get bored really fast. Because
And there it is. That's what caused it to max out, was running this GIF. It maxed out at 99%, which means I would have dropped the fuck out of a million frames and this stream would have froze. It would have not rendered. It would have, what's the word?
I don't know.
Buffered. It would have gone into buffering if we were doing it live. See, my computer can't handle very much, man. So let's run a second GIF and see how bad gets.
We're breaking the immersion. We're breaking the conditioning.
Yeah. I just like this because it's Wolverine punching Cyclops for no reason.
That's because Cyclops probably deserved it.
Yep. And then Rogue Booty.
Rogue Booty. Rogue Booty sounds like it would be a really cool, like, adult contemporary band. Do smooth jazz.
Yeah, Rogue Booty just sounds like a traveling escort. It just see Rogue just going, here's my booty. And there's my booty.
Holly, I'm gonna tag you in. Oh no, you already tagged in. Necrosol tagged you in some pictures. They are awesome.
Okay, so that's bad news. As soon as there's an animated GIF running, like people have that during their live streams when somebody will donate or whatever, you'll get an animated GIF that'll pop up, like little Rogue showing her booty here. I can't run them because it'll cause the stream to go into
like overdrive
buffering.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was testing to see how many things that I needed to run at one time that would cause my CPU to hit 99%. And as soon as I try and run animated GIFs with all of the rest of this crap running, including Discord and Hangouts and the audio capture, et cetera, can't have animated GIFs. That'll cause the stream to buffer. That's where my computer says, stop! I'm in pain!
Well, that'll happen.
So there isn't really much of a point to having animated GIFs. I found that out the hard way. That sucks. I really like the idea of having animated GIFs.
Well, you can add them later when you get a newer system or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I've got them. I saved a whole bunch of comic book GIFs and shit like that for the purpose. But I won't be able to use them right away.
No, Mr. Dax said, have you tried connecting additional potatoes to your potato? And if you do that and daisy chain them, we could call that a sack of potatoes.
I thought about doing that. Because I have two laptops. One's my like campus laptop that I use for schoolwork and shit. But I have thought it through like 5 times. Well, 5 times. A couple dozen different ways of pushing the resources off onto one laptop and then having it run across 2. There's no way to run one stream that Inquisitor and myself have been able to figure out. You really need it all happening on the same laptop.
Okay.
You could have your tabs, like your story tabs, open on another laptop, and that'll mean you won't even have a browser open for that, and that'll lessen the stress on your first system that OBS is running on. But there's no way to make them show up. OBS has to be running on the same. It has to be running on the same system.
Okay.
Because it won't be able to capture them otherwise.
Well,
and it's like, okay, well, what happens if I have the browser running? You hear that?
The car horn?
Yeah. Yes. Well, now some asshole's alarm, really.
Oh. Well, I had a few ideas on how to fix this, but they all involve shoplifting.
Oh.
So I don't know how well you're going to take to them.
I am Satan says check Discord. Okay, I will.
Run! Yeah. Good call, Peter.
That is not my computer right now, and I know what that's a picture of, Far. That's fucking mean.
Confirmed Polydub lives in Baltimore.
Why?
Because of the car alarm, you live in a shit.
Oh,
it's not shoplifting if it's done during floods or other natural events. No, then it's looting. Or, as I would call it, upgrading.
Now, wait a minute. Why did... Oh, because I've got Far highlighted. That's why. Well, Oh, I know why. Because I'm in blah blah. Right. Okay. So I got to
Bar's
go
mocking you
back over
again.
there. Shocker. See, Jack, you could be sleeping right now, but the only other person that was up at this time that I had like wicked fast access to is like I hit you up by DM saying like, "Do you want to come on a stream?" I could ask Far because she's still up because it's Aussie time and it's like what 10 p.m. at night or something somewhere around there. Um, but Far acts like everything's an imposition, so
Well, I mean,
Far's kind of Far's kind of person where you'd be like, "Here's a gift I got for you," and she'd be like, "Oh God." Now I got to open this gift to see what thoughtful thing you got me.
oh, look at that. I won the lottery. Think of the taxes.
Right?
She said, well, fuck you too, in big letters. She's shouting it.
No, seriously, you could be like, I got you this wonderful present, and oh God, I got to open the bow and then tear the paper and then see what thoughtful, personalized gift you purchased with your own money that lies within the box that I also have to open.
Now she wants on.
Oh, it's 11:22 in Melbourne.
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 Melbourne is in Florida. That's how we say it in American. And then I'll test your computer's ability to handle my shouting at you. I think you made her angry.
No, Far. I will not let you on to test your computer's ability to yell at me because you'll like burn your fucking Blue Yeti mic out screaming at me and then you'll blame it on me. So no.
Well, technically that would be your fault because you made her mad. So that's how girl logic works. Pretty sure.
Pincalo says, wow, 12 minutes waiting for
New games are awesome.
hey, Pincalo, you can pass a prod along to Blind Press. I sent her a question in chat that she didn't respond to, and then one by DMs on Twitter that she also didn't respond to. I hit her up to do alternative timed Trek streams because she wants to do it in the early afternoon on Saturdays. And like, who's awake then? Am I right?
I think they're called sober people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, bachelors are still detoxifying at this time. You know what I'm saying? I
Well, maybe don't be an alcoholic or something. Maybe if you weren't so busy throwing Maker's Mark bottles in Jason Momoa's yard at 3 a.m., it won't be such an imposition.
Ryan Rawlings has got this all backwards. He says, "Don't open any strange packages you get in the mail. Far's going to send you a box of toxic critters from down there." If I get a piece of mail from Far, I'm not going to worry about opening it. I'm going to worry about grabbing my fucking bug out bag and heading back to town because she knows where I live. It's now random strange packages that have an Australian postmark in them. Well, I don't know. I think I'd still leave town. Just in case. Like Peter might be sending me something, but
I don't know. I would be curious because Australia's full of wonders. There's a lot of awesome stuff that happens in Australia. You never hear of Australia, man. It's always like Florida, man. We do weird shit here.
See, if you had been hanging out in Discord with us and listening to Far tell stories from the Australian news, you would know that's not true. There's plenty of Australian meth man stories. Trust me.
New South Wales, man, from what I hear. She's training a drop bear to hunt you down.
No PO box in my future. No. You know what talked me out of the PO box, Jack?
What?
Sinatra has a PO box.
Yeah.
And he got 5 pounds of gummy bears.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Who doesn't like, how excited I'd be to get a free 5 pounds of gummy bears? But then
trash.
But yeah, see what I'm saying? Who in their right mind would eat them?
Well, I would assume they're all coated in LSD, but
Or
I also don't like gummy bears that much.
or fucking strychnine. Like it.
Yeah, well, that's to be expected. I just assume an ex sent it to me then. Like, haha, this says Peter sent it, but it's probably from one of those bitches that hates me.
No, yeah, exactly. Like Far would send it to me and put like Ebony Williams' name on it.
No,
And
I
I'd be
would
like,
eat stuff.
oh, Ebony sent me something. Isn't she sweet? And I'd open it up and it'd be like, ah, some like strange creature from down under would pounce my face.
Nah, I won't worry if it was something sent by a fan. I'd be worried it was sent by somebody that knows me in real life, because those are the people that hate me the most.
Like, and no, because I remember him Sinatra on a live stream talking about how he got 5 pounds of gummy bears in his PO box, and I thought that's awesome. No, wait a minute, that's terrible. Because who would eat them? And I thought, no, PO boxes are terrible ideas. Jesus, and that's what talked me out of getting a PO box, because I don't know. I mean, first of all, I'd be listening to see if it ticked. Second of all, I'd be afraid to move it too far to either side. That it had a trip switch in it, like a mercury switch in it. I'd be wanting to soak every package in water before I opened it in case it had a fuse. I mean, no. I Yeah, you know how many enemies I have out there?
Um, Apparently, quite a few.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't worry about that too much.
I know what
Yeah,
I'll do. I'll
maybe
get
maybe if it was from Toasted Network, but
I I would I would get like Eve can open a PO box.
yeah, you start having stuff sent to her.
Yeah, and then
Like,
it's
yeah,
like,
I'll be by to pick that up in a month.
and it'll be like, Eve, do a live stream. You got like a nice high res HD webcam, that she does her game streams with and shit. And it's like you can open them up on camera and shit.
Yeah,
And
I'm giving you content, and if it explodes, we'll know it was bad.
exactly, you see what I mean? Like, I mean, I mean, she shouldn't open it with her hands. She should use like really extended barbecue tongs and shit. But
Jesus, that may be a touch paranoid even at my level, Polly.
well, it's tempting as fuck because I am a great fan of bourbon. I mean, given the choice, I'd rather have scotch, but my go-to is bourbon because it's an oak bomb. It's full of flavor at a nice price. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like scotch is fantastic. You can get into all the different single barrels. I'm a Speyside fan, etc. But I mean, it's expensive. So, you only drink it on the rare occasions. My weapon of daily choice, fucking bourbon, man. You don't have to pay all them fucking UK import fees that you don't realize are packed into the price of every bottle of scotch you buy. Yeah. When they export it, they put a tax on it. And when the US imports it, they put a tax on it. And that's incorporated into that really hefty price you pay. But anyway, bourbon, you don't have to put up with that. And so, you got guys like Nick Rekieta. Do you have any idea how much liquor that guy gets in the mail?
do you know how much that dude seems to drink on stream?
Well, I mean, like I could have a PO box and people sending me like all kinds of interesting bourbons that fall into like the $30 to $60 price range, which are like fantastic bourbons. And like if somebody sent me a bottle of classic Jack #7, Nick Rekieta is turning his nose up at Jack Black Label classic #7 Jack, and it's like, the fuck's wrong with you?
He's
It's
a booze snob.
well, no, he's an alcoholic and he should know better. He's a high functioning alcoholic and he shouldn't be turning his nose up at free Jack.
Allegedly.
Well,
These are opinion statements. Saving your channel, buddy.
well, actually, Nicholas DeLay has a good point. Does Brexit equal cheaper scotch? Because
It might.
if it does, like I already was a fan of like, yeah, Brexit sounds like a good idea. UK should have state sovereignty. Absolutely. The idea of a bunch of unelected sons of bitches in Brussels making decisions doesn't sound like a good idea. Like all the arguments I've heard in favor of Brexit, I'm like, yeah, it sounds like a great idea, but cheaper scotch? Holy fuck, I'll become a Brexiteer, man. Why is Far yelling Paulie
I think
at
she
me?
still wants on.
Oh, I thought she was kidding.
Oh, I don't know.
And also, I didn't want to be yelled at.
No, I'm not in jail. I think he's talking about Jack Daniels. Cryptic.
Yes, I'm talking about Jack Daniels.
Not
I'm
me.
it's Jack Daniels is not my favorite. Like, first of all, Tennessee whiskey is not my favorite kind. I like, straight Kentucky bourbon whiskey. It doesn't need to be from Kentucky. I've had bourbons that are straight bourbon whiskeys, not from Kentucky, and they were excellent. But I mean, 90% of all bourbons coming from Kentucky. That's all. I mean,
Um,
what they do with Jack, like classic Black Label or Gentleman Jack for that matter, because it's even worse. It's uh, less age, number one, so it's not spending as much time in barrel, and then they run it through this bizarre charcoal filtering process to make it, quote, smoother. Yeah, what you're doing is filtering out all that wonderful flavor. If you've ever had Jack single barrel, what does it taste like? Well, like a bourbon. Yeah, just drink
I
bourbon.
was usually too far gone by the time we get to that part.
But I mean, if someone's going to give you a free bottle of Jack Daniels, that's a really nice thing for them to have done. How are you going to turn your nose up at it? I mean, what the fuck's wrong
Um,
with you?
I
Like,
would I'd probably give that to somebody else. I don't drink anymore.
okay, well, I do. So you've got
So I have to send it to you.
no, but okay. You know what? You kind of caught me red-handed. How are you going to turn your nose up at it? Because I don't drink. Oh,
Yeah.
well, you have a point there. Actually, if you don't drink, then yeah, it's not the greatest gift for you to get. Fair enough.
Yeah, the most extravagant I get is when I spend the $1.30 on the Mexican Coca-Cola in the bottle.
I
It's
love Mexican Coke, man.
so delicious. Cane sugar,
It's
man.
it's so good. Like, you're not wrong. Like, if guys, if you've never had Mexican Coke or kosher Coke around um,
well,
Passover,
well,
same
a
kind
lot
of
of these
thing.
guys are
Delicious.
Australian, so that they already have the cane sugar sodas because
Oh,
they don't use
then
high
you
fructose.
guys don't know how we're suffering with corn syrup sodas. It's
So once you've had the difference, high fructose corn syrup is like tar. It's disgusting.
yeah.
Oh wow,
Hold on here.
TOS says my son buys me a bottle of single barrel Jack every year for Christmas. That's pretty awesome.
That single barrel Jack is first of all, it's not cheap. That's very nice, and you savor it that way, right? You know
You raised that boy right.
the
That's why I want to adopt a 32-year-old businessman. They give great gifts.
I, I'm definitely taking this stream down after it. That's why I want to adopt a 32-year-old businessman.
Well, they give great gifts. You don't really have to do anything. They're self-sufficient, and you get a Christmas card every year.
I mean,
Why are you
that's not
judging?
bad reasoning, but it's bad reasoning, Jack. No.
Why is that bad reasoning? It's perfect. I don't have to do any diaper stuff. You don't have to have the weird sex talk that makes everyone uncomfortable. You don't have to teach them to drive. You're set. Occasionally, they call and complain about their job that they're getting paid a lot of money for, and they
And
send
you
you
get
Christmas
you get to
birthday.
brag about your successful son.
Exactly.
Huh. I I'm trying to find holes in this theory.
I know, right? You can't. It's brilliant.
I'm sorry, Jack, you've stumped me, man. That's
I've put a lot of thought into it, and it's like they're the perfect age because by the time I retire, they'll still be young enough to take care of me.
okay. I got it. I got it. Why would they want to be adopted?
They're lonely because they work all the time, and maybe their parents are dead, or they just had a falling out with their parents because maybe their parents were like living on a commune, hippies or something.
Ah, so why would they want to be adopted by somebody? Okay, why would I adopt a 32? Why would somebody want to be adopted that's the same age as them?
Well, I'm older
Daddy
than
issues.
you.
Oh,
Hey,
Far's
Far.
here. Holy shit. We're not in trouble. I'm in trouble.
Cryptic
Yeah.
said he'd be my son.
Yeah.
Just don't talk about mother.
Fucking Polly.
And apparently she's still
I mean-
over in my Discord with her mic muted, as we can all see
Yeah.
here.
Yes. Well, or are they looking at the DMs? I know it right now.
No One Nowhere said Jack the Dom Daddy. No, only for these beautiful Asian babies. What's up, ladies?
So seriously, Far, down in Australia, there's no high fructose corn syrup sodas. It's all cane sugar sodas.
Not unless it's imported.
Yeah,
Holy
who wants to
shit,
import
man! You
this
guys got it good. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that was the thing that really tripped me out when I went over to America. It was when I started drinking some of the soft drinks. It was like, Jesus Christ, this is sweet.
Okay. All hail the crazed Aussie babe. No, we will not be hailing the woman who threatened me on a regular basis.
Morning, cynical Lindsay. How you doing, Far?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Go.
All right.
Hold on here. Let's do. Oh, hold on. I need to be smart
I find
about how
it
I
funny
do
that
this.
you didn't show them the representation of your computer right now.
The representation of my computer.
Yeah,
What does that
that
mean?
is totally your computer right now.
What's that?
The image I sent.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought they wouldn't get that joke, but of course you can explain it now that you're here.
Yeah.
Hold on here. Let me. I actually want to save a copy of that picture because that's a hilarious story.
Go ahead.
I feel so bad for him. Like, see, you guys don't understand.
Don't, because he's a
Like-
idiot.
Like, I've had to hear Far tell these stories in Discord for a while. Do you have any idea how bad I feel for Far's father? He's a hardworking man, hardworking Australian man, missing fingers. He works so hard, you know? And what does he get for his time? Well, he gets to come home to this house full of cackling women who just mock him. Not another man in sight to say, "Yeah, I get it, man. I know what you go through." You know, no, just a house full of women to laugh at him.
Well, Zombie Teddy said that Far sounds hot and that giggle is so cute.
Yeah, the giggle is cute, except when the giggle is aimed at you for making a perfectly understandable mistake. You put your phone in your shirt pocket. You go make a
No, he's done this. No, here's the thing though. He's done that so many times, and the phone has fallen out every time. Every fucking time.
It's understandable, Far. Quit making
No,
fun of the man.
No, he kept doing it. This is the last time he did it as well, I'm pretty sure. Or at least one of them, I hope. Because goddamn.
Maybe your dad just hates phones. Have you considered that?
Maybe.
How long did it take him to find it?
Like 2 days? Something like that.
Hold on here.
Like
Let me bring up the image in question here. I saved a copy of it. Off to my memes folder.
Keenan said, "Hey, Polydub, you're into psychology, right? I just picked up Jonathan Haddet's work and getting a lot out of it. Would you recommend any other people I might look into? Thanks and love the streams."
Well, if you're, I don't know, are you just like starting to crack psychology, or are you looking for like the deep new shit? Or are you looking for the older stuff? I
pick 3 books and recommend them.
William James, The Varieties of Religious Experience. There's nothing that hangs out on the edge of psychology while still being psychological than that. William James, The Varieties of Religious Experience. I'm pretty sure I've got that title right. It's been a while.
That sounds like a country song from the 70s. Willie James.
Not Willie. William.
Yeah, but it sounds better as Willie.
Oh man, Willie from West Virginia done went down to the local witches' coven and observed them in their religiosity.
The local witches' coven. Okay.
Which one was it? The Varieties of Religious Experience?
I believe so, yes. That is like the classic seminal text on the notion of religious experience. As it's fascinating to read that book first, because what ends up it's a great case study in what happens in academia, that the notion of tertiary authorship. You know, there's primary sources, and those are what they are. And then there's secondary works where people are talking about the primary sources. And then there really isn't such a thing as tertiary authorship, but everybody who's a grad student and a researcher talks about it, but they never put that phrase into their writing because it's kind of insulting. It's writers who never bother to use primary sources, never bother to do original research. They just talk about what secondary authors say. Thus, they're tertiary authors. See what I mean? Most people that write about religious experience aren't bothering to do much original research themselves. They're just talking about what William James said. And then everybody else is talking about what William James said and influenced by it. So when anyone's writing about religious experience inside of psychology, what they really are is doing like third and fourth level writing. They're just talking about what other researchers are saying. And everybody's talking about what William James originally said. Thus, read James and don't bother with the rest of them.
And I heard he once beat a man to death for calling him Willie Jim.
Then he set fire to his phone.
Well, that's a far more interesting story than I read.
I just made that up. I threw a link to the book for the US people. I don't have access to UK Amazon, sorry.
At Polyed. Now you shall end the stream since you can't have a woman on the stream getting more attention than you. Hashtag Polly fears Aussie women.
Well, to be fair, Aussie women are way tougher than our women. So we should be a little bit afraid.
Well, I do make assault weapons for fun.
You make assault otters for fun, too, and that weaponize those pretty effectively.
Huh, never thought about it like that before.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I do. Is your dad okay? Yeah, my dad's fine. Panic. My dad is fine. He just does some silly things sometimes, like destroy phones. In really ridiculous ways.
Ridiculously awesome.
Did Polly ever actually show the image?
I don't think so. I think he got distracted.
He's still there.
You there, Polly?
Nope. He died.
Oh, he's gone. All right, clock's ticking.
He's dead. Okay, so it's the Jack and Far show. The Far Jack. Woo!
Boy, is his channel in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there he is.
I would. Oh. There you are.
I have no idea why my mic decided to stop working, but it did. I was talking and I realized when you two, okay, Jack talking over me is an accident. He usually stops. I realized Far's just like, rude and hateful. So but when Jack kept talking over me, I clued in my mic wasn't working.
I don't think we'd call it jacking off far and wide show.
The jacking off far and wide show. Holy fucking shit, that's disgusting. Holy
Far,
I'm glad you left my name out of that title. I don't want to know how it would have been included.
Do you really want me to fix that for you? Because I already know.
No.
Okay.
So, you still need to show the phone.
I do. I just don't understand why it's not appearing in my... give me a second.
Did your system crash? Because you're back to the logo as opposed to the image.
Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I have no idea why. Give me a second here. I'm not the host of this stream, guys. I'm just here. So, that blank air is all of our responsibility right now.
Christ.
Is it? Because I don't think my name's on this channel.
Same. Unless my name just suddenly became Polydub. Oh, are we doing another raid? Is that what's
We
happening?
are.
Are we all Polydub?
We are all Polydub. Polydub
We're all
is
Polydub.
it's like Darkseid.
Hold on, I need to reshare.
No.
Green,
We've done that
that's
on
the
Discord a couple of
problem.
times. Just
There we go.
also Polly and I. Just
This is my new
pretending
favorite
each other.
meme.
Just three of us.
Hey,
All the
racism.
same person.
I brought you some lunch.
Yes. Oh my god.
Come on, look at that guy. Would you fuck with him?
Yes.
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 That's kind of what makes it funny. And I love it. He's got
God damn.
the little devil horns and the I'm being 100 about this. Yeah, I'm glad he didn't take his AirPods out.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I love how he still has his AirPods in. Like that makes it better.
Yeah.
They're the anti-racism devices, apparently.
He's got some AirPods, and eventually someday he'll get some puberty.
No.
Someday
No, he
he'll
won't.
start looking like a kind of a lesbian. Someday.
He already looks like young Rachel Maddow. Oh my god, that straw, dude.
What?
Yes, just keep
As
slurping.
Keenan
Slurp
said,
harder.
slurp, fuck my ears.
Yeah, just
Did you
slurp
not? Did you
harder,
guys not
slurp
know I had
right
a
to the mic.
Slurpee this whole time?
Nope.
No.
Oh, because usually I
Doesn't
mute the
surprise me.
microphone when I'm doing a stream, but this is a test stream, so I no longer care.
So you just don't give a shit. Got it.
That's right. I adopt far levels of sensibility and
Peter said I used to
Hey.
beat him up in school.
I guess I can show all
Funny,
my
I had the
racist
same
memes
thought.
since I'm taking this stream down, right?
Oh
I
god.
would
Show
push
the
my
phone
luck.
first. Show the phone first before you get this taken down.
All right. Give me a second.
We don't need you getting a ban either, so.
Yeah.
Look
Come
at
on, just
90
make
Day
this
Turbo.
legendary.
Here, fuck. It will not let me save it, so there it is. It's fighting me the whole time.
Would that thing
There.
fall on a
That's
fire?
how. That's how.
There is
that's how
Far's father's
cursed-
phone
Yeah, it did. How did
that
you
her
know?
mom and her sister and her, the cackling coven of women, find so hilarious. I feel bad for him. The guy lost his phone. Shit.
No, here's the thing though. Not around about the same time, my mum also broke her phone by walking into the pool with it in her pocket.
Fire and water.
Yeah.
Well, I guess a tree has to fall on one now. And
Yeah, and one of them just has to break in the air. That's it.
yeah, like go hang gliding and it falls
You
out
got
of
the
your.
four elements. You got the four elements.
Yeah. And
Is
then a
this-
ghost will have to destroy the fifth one.
Is that the front
actually,
or the
no.
back of the phone?
It looks
I
like
think
the
that's
back.
front.
Is
I
that
think
the
that was
front?
actually the front. It was so fucked up when he found it. It was just like we don't.
Like I'm
know.
wondering if that's like what's the tough thing here that didn't really seem to melt? Like the casing obviously melted and stuff, but like is this the glass or the backing that was so tough?
I'm not.
Oh shit, super high res.
Well, yeah, it was
See
taken
that-
on my phone.
See
my
that,
phone that now works.
see that
No,
square
I
on
just
the
thought
right?
technically.
Yep.
That looks like the camera.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
see. That's the slot for the camera hole on the back.
Yes, Johnny.
I just-
So far's parents are masters of the elements. Yes, they are when
I
it comes
just
to
thought-
construction of phones.
I just thought of something though. Technically, I had a phone that just could have been classified as broken by air because anytime it decided it got cold, it just decided it didn't want to work anymore.
And
So,
by cold, you
it
mean
just need
like
Earth now.
by cold you mean 75 degrees?
Yeah, pretty much.
Uh,
Like it just decided to drain the battery.
Here, I got a
Just
here's a meme that I got for
died.
Kakera.
Yeah, so now my sister just needs it to be crushed by a tree, and it's all good.
well,
Oh
that's,
my god.
that's a little too cutesy for me.
Well, she's into anime and she's always talking about how incredibly, insanely, unacceptably hot it is. And she's like, it's really hot. You got to drink a lot of water when you're hot. And she's like a total weeb.
God.
So when I saw this, me and my father.
The Pockery Sweat. I still don't understand why it's called Pockery Sweat. Why? Why would you name a drink sweat?
Fetish?
Maybe. They are Japanese.
What is a Pocari anyway?
I don't know. It's just the brand name of it. It's like Pockery Sweat.
It probably means like sexy lady sweat.
Maybe. Maybe, for all I know. But yeah, just that phone.
Hold on.
How did he break that? Did I miss that?
Okay,
Was I
so
zoned out?
no, what did actually happen was, so every time we have a storm around here, we get a bunch of branches, right? So just trees break.
Yeah, I
Which
understand.
means you have to, yeah, no, which means we have to do burn-offs, right?
Okay.
So every time this happens, Dad does a burn-off. And
The yard on fire.
that, yeah, it's really great because he's also a pyromaniac, so that's fantastic. So he does the fire stuff, right? He comes back inside and he's like, "Oh, I don't know where my phone is." A couple of days later, it's in the fire pit because he bent over while putting stuff into the fire
Yeah.
and the phone fell in.
Well, I think
This is why.
Okay, I've got a solution for this for future. He should set these burn. I assume this is like a bonfire, right? Like
Kind of, yeah.
big burn pile.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
not like
pretty much.
setting the yard on fire and wandering off, right? It's not like the whole yard. It's just like a designated
No,
area.
but he does walk away from it.
Yeah. So what he's got to do is do this naked,
Oh.
and then he won't lose his phone in there.
No, because here's the other thing. He's almost blown himself up once doing that too, so no.
Well, he'll be more cautious, and then he'll avoid the explosion and save his phone.
Well, yeah, I would hope he'd learn from that. Don't pour kerosene onto a fire.
No, you do that. You pour the kerosene on rags, throw those into the pile first, then start the fire. Wasn't he ever a Boy Scout?
No. No.
I'll teach him some tips on how to set things on fire.
Far, I set it on your screen and you display images of white nationalism in Australia. You're a terrible person.
Polly, I can't screen share.
I've got it locked on your screen, and this is how you take advantage of my generosity.
They can see your name down there. Oh, who's got the screen on Polly?
No, they can't. They can't see.
No, my name is now magically Polly. Remember, Jack? We're all Polly.
We're all Polly.
We're all Polly, yeah.
You're part of the Polly collective. It's like the Borg, but on the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what we'll never have? Space leopards, because they're not real. They're just sea monkeys.
You just let it go. Just
nope.
Let it go. Why?
We are Poly Legion. Good one.
We are Ploygen.
Plegian sounds like some sort of disease. Like, dude, he got
exactly.
It's worse than Legionnaire's disease.
We are Ploygen.
Why isn't Monkey streaming yet?
Probably still sleeping.
Wow, that's a pretty crappy excuse.
He might be in intense pain too at the bottom of his stairs.
Oh, let's not hope the guy took a tumble. Jesus.
I hope not. He's got to get a ranch house, man.
A ranch house, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because then no stairs.
Well, there might be. It might have one of those. Yeah, it's, and it's not even. It's not even that he needs to avoid stairs. It's just he needs a house with stairwells that are wide enough for two rails, so he can have two hands on the rails. You know what I'm talking about? He's just got that super narrow set of stairs. That's what keeps making him tumble. He's got nothing to rest his hands upon.
He needs one of those little seats that go up and down.
But that won't fit it either. He's got like this 1969 super narrow stairwell. I picture him rubbing both shoulders on each wall when he's walking up and down.
Jesus. This is why I never want stairs in my house.
Oh,
Ever.
you're one of those stairists? I see how it is.
Yes, I'm a stairist. No, I'm fine with stairs outside. It's inside the house where it's like, because I walk into door frames. What hope do I have with stairs inside a house?
I see how it is. Just ladders and slides. I see.
Yeah, ladders and slides. That's fun.
I'd be
Also
okay with slides outside of my house, going out into the
No,
backyard. That'd be
inside.
sweet.
Inside.
But
You have to-
Polly, I've sent you some memes. There you
You
go.
get what?
I sent you some memes.
Your hateful racism is not welcome here, Far.
It's not even hateful racism.
Okay, this one's pretty good.
It's not hateful, they're just racist.
Is that supposed to be AOC at the cask?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah,
Somebody put that up on Monkey in the Morning hashtag. Excuse me.
They probably did. I forget where I got it from.
that's pretty awesome. I love that. Yeah, I'll be saving a copy of that one.
Ah, yes, then, of course. Breadman.
What?
I would be showing these. It's just, for some reason, screenshot never works on Brave.
Mine doesn't work on Chrome, so I feel your pain.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Everything else works fine. It's just screenshot.
See, it's the wildest thing, man. Chrome, like, I just keep checking my task manager to see what things are looking like. Dude, it's such a resource hog.
Yeah, this is why I don't use Chrome anymore.
Okay, let's see what's going on in that. Oops, ladder over here.
We are the dead air stream.
That's the
Good
mumbles.
Mumbles.
Complaining session indeed. Oh, everyone's awake and talking now. Do you like the Christmas Mountains font that I picked there, Far? Isn't it nice and easy to read?
Christmas mountains. Oh dear God.
I don't know why they called it that, but
It looks Christmassy as fuck, but I don't
Does
know
it?
why. I don't know why though.
this is from
It's kind of scaring me.
yeah, this isn't our chat. This is from one of the YouTube radio stations, a lo-fi hip hop station.
So you're just stealing that chat.
Yes. Sadness is what makes the happy things better.
With my pickaxe swinging side to side? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh, it's like slam poetry written by goth kids.
Yeah, no kidding. What the fuck?
Night Evolved Potato.
Oh, good night.
Later of all potato.
If you
Of
care
not
for
always
someone, that
things aren't linear.
person will care for others as well, ever.
That's
What
not
the
even
fuck?
close to being true.
Yeah, what?
I want to lose the ability to feel sad and anxious. That's a very discordant when it's written in such a happy looking font. Follow me on Spotify and check out the playlist. Heart.
Heart. Oh my god.
Yeah, people always say, follow me on Spotify, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. They don't ever say, follow me on my way to the park. And that's where you get in trouble, because apparently that's too far of a boundary.
What?
Oh, now I know what the pickaxe thing was. Okay.
Did you read far enough
Okay.
back?
Yeah. Everything the oh god, this fucking person. Everything the person lives till the moment affects their actions, but does not restrict them. So we back in the mine.
What?
So and then like with and I
Okay.
guess that's what the pickaxe thing is about. It's like referring to that. It's like, well, who let these 14-year-olds on the internet? Where are your
14, that's very
parents?
generous. I'm thinking more like 12.
I'm thinking like I'm 14 and this is so deep. Like that level of shit.
Judge Death said, "I'm watching Ploy Jr. Need more."
Oh Jesus.
Oh, I got some comments on my Pocket Fetus T-shirt the other day.
Oh god. Oh no.
Good ones or
Um,
fearful ones?
I think they were more inquisitive, but I was walking near Planned Parenthood at the time, so may not have gone quite as well as it could have.
Oh my god.
Wait a minute.
I forgot people bought those as t-shirts.
Fuck yeah! You still have them up?
I think those ones I do, yeah.
Yeah, throw the link in chat.
I'm looking at probably stopping the t-shirt things though.
Why? They're awesome. I was thinking of getting another one.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, or at least the t-shirt ones of the I mean, I've already stopped May the Worms Find You Distasteful shirts.
Why?
Just because No, because I bought one.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at the thing. I looked at the printout on it, and you can't even see the words.
Oh, really?
You can see the worm. Yeah. Yeah.
So they're
and
like
then
completely
I went to
substandard shirts,
Teespring
or
to try over there.
Oh,
No, then
Mr.
I went to
Dex.
Teespring to try over there, and the colors were different yet again, and you could still see the words a little bit, but still it wasn't quite enough. And I think it has to do with the colors I chose. And how it just probably doesn't translate to t-shirts that well. Which is why that's not a thing anymore.
So how are you supposed to know if it's going to come out properly if you don't what are you supposed to do? Run a series of test shirts?
Yeah, I'm going to do that now.
That sucks.
I don't necessarily mind because I still, as much as I'm a bit disappointed with how that shirt ended up, I do wear it. Like, it's a comfortable shirt. I do wear it. It's fine. It's just didn't come out exactly how I wanted it.
There we go. That's a much more readable font. Doesn't have to be so goddamn big.
Yeah. And it's one of those things with the test shirts, I'm going to wear them regardless of whether or not it actually turned out the way I wanted it. At the end of the day, it's a shirt is a shirt.
I feel like I'm not yet ready for life. Well, a lot of 12-year-olds feel that way.
Get off the internet. God
Oh,
damn.
absolutely. I need to help myself.
You got someone actually asking them, how old are you?
Yeah.
First you? Oh my god, I'm 19. I'm 19 too. That does not sound like a kid. That absolutely does not sound like a kid pretending to be an adult. Not at all. God damn.
What's the oldest I can say that I am and everyone will still believe me? I don't know. 19 maybe?
19. Yeah.
That's really old.
Yeah, I know, right? 19. God damn. Like, Oh my god. Did you ever have any kind of experience like that where you're like on the internet and you're like, I need to pretend I'm older than I really am?
No. Not like that. No, where I was putting a bunch of like pseudo deep philosophy and trying to convince people of something. No, not at all.
Claiming you're 19 when you're really 9?
Yeah. Like if anything, it's like, how old are you? Because you know, if anything, it goes in the other direction for me. It's like, you're childish. Like, oh, I'm actually 32. No, well, that's sad.
Yeah. Yeah, because I have never experienced that either. Ever. And that's saying something. Like, Jesus Christ.
I usually just get, who are you? Who let you into school? You're not a teacher. You're definitely not a student.
Who lets you into school?
I'm all like, hello, fellow children. I am
What,
also
you got the skateboard
16.
and the backwards hat?
Yeah, I am also 16. I know where we can get some beer.
And some devil's weed?
I have,
devil's
yes,
grass?
some of the loosen y'all up. It's okay. Then we'll play a game of strip poker.
Just get into my van. It'll
got
make all
this
your dreams
awesome
come true.
idea. That's right. I have a great candy dish in my minivan. It's got all the best treats in it.
Oh God,
I feel
I
unworthy.
might even be getting a job at a
Jesus.
candy store.
There.
Jesus
I'm going to get involved in this chat over there.
Oh, yes,
Holy
I could
shit.
pass as a gym coach. That's cool. I'm a janitor. Sir, this is a Japanese private school. Konnichiwa.
My family carries so many inherited mental disorders. It's not really funny.
It depends
Cool.
what those mental disorders are.
Oh my God, Molly.
What?
This is lo-fi hip-hop, not emo beats. What's with all the depressing comments?
Okay, now tell me if
Calm
this
them
is
out,
wrong.
that shit.
Tell me if this is wrong, but I used to date this girl that was kind of OCD, and she'd do the light switch thing like 3 times. And I'd stand at the other end of the hallway, and when she'd finished doing it, I'd flick the switch on that end of the hallway just to like make the light come back on. She'd get all pissed off and do it again.
I stress because I don't know what to do in life. Well, I don't know what you should do in life either, but talking to a
Maybe
bunch of other
not.
people in a fucking chat on a lo-fi hip-hop channel is not a good place to start looking for meaning or anything else. Fuck. The lo-fi
I love
hip-hop
how
used
you
to
had
be
a
named...
response.
Okay, guys, think about that for a second. The lo-fi hip-hop used to be named anxiety and depression music. No.
I wonder why they changed it.
Because well, they tested out some other names, and instead of anxiety and depression, they tried wrist slitters and pill poppers, but that didn't really go over well. And then they tried Just Do It. That'll show them, and they'll miss you when you're gone, but it's too long.
How is everyone doing today? Pretty goddamn bad, man. Read through the comments. Fuck.
So my arigato, let's smoke some pot, bro. Freaking star. Oh,
These kids need
God.
to go outside, Ebony says. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but outside's where the sunshine is, man, and that hurts my vampiric paleness.
Keanu is the human we all want but don't deserve. Keanu Reeves?
Yeah?
The fuck,
I'd
Rory
assume.
Brockett? What the fuck you talking about, man?
Normal is different for everyone. Thanks for that insightful comment, Bella.
Well, beyond that, it's also
Chipotle.
not true.
Is that right? Bella Chipotle. Please tell me I read that right.
Yeah, it's Bella Chipotle. That's right.
Chipotle now flavored with salmonella.
And then all of a sudden, Roy
AKA
Brockett got all
Bella.
fucking hip hop with it. Let's get this bread. Okay. I'm my concept of right. I mean, I try to be it. I fail too.
Your lives make me sad.
RVA, we're not ignoring you.
Whoa! What? My ex was like trying to kill herself, and her man is trying to something guess, and she was yelling YM to take my kid like right then and there. I don't cut off the means for that. What the fuck?
Why are they writing so long? It's like running right off the edge. You shouldn't need this much length, people. Fuck, there, it's to its max.
God.
I think
Oh
I'm
my
tired.
God. No. God damn. Well, there's people right here that you can talk to. Yeah, on the Lo-Fi Hip Hop channel chat. That's where I go to when I talk about my suicidal ex trying to take my kid.
Well, this is like, seriously, it's supposed to be like, what? Oh shit, this is hot. What track is this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be a radio station, not like, I could understand this for depression and anxiety if it were like emo beats like that, like mopey European emo beats. But yeah, they're absolutely gonna attract people that are feeling like sad and low. If you're feeling sad and low, don't go listen to music that, if you're happy, will make you feel sad and low. You know what I mean?
God damn. Oh, and look, Bella Chipotle herself is talking about Discord.
I want to see a chat comment come up to say, I think some asshole on some other channel is making fun of us right now.
Making fun of them or trying to help them improve their sad little lives?
Ryan Walters wants to invite the people unsure of meaning into a sex dungeon. That's interesting.
No, they'll be too depressed to do anything fun.
See, Jack, Joe BF says that Discord is really nice and has some curious stuff regarding development and programming. See, it's not bad.
He's probably a kitty diddler or something. He's like, yeah, come into my Discord and look at these naked pictures I took last week. They're all Polaroids.
Jack, be honest. Do you just not want to use Discord because it's run by furries?
I did not know that, but it's another reason.
Because that is true. But it was
run
by furries.
It's called Yiftcord now.
RJ asks for the second time, how old do you think I was? I don't know. I actually don't. I'm always surprised when somebody tells me how old they are, because I don't really think about how old people are when talking to them online.
Do you remember how
just
old
a
I am?
number, Your Honor.
Yeah. Age is just a number, but remember, jail is just a room.
15 will get you 20.
Age is just a number unless they're under 18, Jack.
Just round off. It's fractioning error. No, 15 will get you 20. That's a true story.
Is it actually 20 years?
How you know that?
Yeah, you could get 20 years in prison for banging a 15-year-old.
Oh, God.
Yeah, don't do that, kids. Stay legal. Check IDs if you need to. I make sure they show it to the camera in my bedroom just for covering all the bases.
I skipped the pain, man.
Go straight to the anger.
So this is the guy who's like Joe BF that's trying to talk people into going on a Discord, and it says, you guys want to create a group there or something? Dun, dun, dun. No. No, no.
It's not going to happen.
Join my Discord. It's called Missing Persons.
Jesus.
Creepy weirdos.
Why is it called missing persons? You'll soon find out.
Yeah.
I don't understand where I am with me. This. Have you noticed that like every one of these people is like it's like, don't you realize that you probably got this way by spending the majority of your time online, like feeling lost in a wide world that is bereft of meaning? Yeah, that's cyberspace, man. Go outside every now and then.
Go outside, take a walk, roll your ankles. There you go.
Mustafa said a little bit ago, mopey Euro beats. That sounds like my kind of bag. No, it doesn't, Mustafa. No, it doesn't. Lion ass.
My favorite one so far, though, is it's like emotional limbo.
Discord?
No, just someone called Chadley Strife 22. They're just like randomly saying it's like emotional limbo.
Huh.
It's like emotional limbo, man.
What does that even mean?
I don't fucking know.
I learned a new word. I learned limbo today. I'm going to use that in every sentence I can.
It's like when kids figure out what bias means, and they just start using it for everything.
Bias?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just learn what the word bias means, and then they start applying it to everything.
This Bella Chipotle has put up her Discord name and tag number. I don't know how many times now.
Stormy.
Can someone help me? I'm having a panic attack.
Oh, God.
See, Peter here is talking about how he's nearly home and it took him 55 minutes so far. See, that's a real problem. 55-minute travel time? Yeah, you 12-year-olds don't have reason to complain. You don't have jobs even. Shit. Everyone's just like, breathe. Oh my God. Oh geez. This fart. This is like fucking, this chat's like a Tumblr, just condensed.
Yeah.
No. It's to get it. Are you logged in there? Can you type in, try not to think about all the people that are lurking in your closet.
God. And now he's gonna do it, isn't he?
No, that would be mean.
He's doing it, isn't he?
No.
You sound very suspicious. I think the otter is doing it.
Do it. Like, there's some in your basement. Who's under your bed? What's that weird noise?
Who are those people watching you?
They're watching you all the time. Through the baby monitor.
They're making fun of you.
They're all laughing at you.
I feel so bad because there's actually a possibility they might really be having a panic attack.
Well, you should be. If you're having a panic attack that severe, call for an ambulance, not typing on a chat.
I know, I know.
Well, okay, and there's the thing. Anybody who has an anxiety condition or has had a panic attack or something verging on it, can you type? Were you in any kind of state of mind to type?
No.
Glad we could help, Peter.
Oh my God, if you're feeling panicked, don't think about the endless doldrum of life that ends with the cold grave. That is.
Well, I'm telling him not to think about it. I'm trying to help. Shit.
That is like.
Also,
maybe the worms find you distasteful level of shit. Jesus Christ.
Also, try not to think about whether or not your parents actually love you or not.
See, someone thought it was funny.
Or if you're a mistake.
See, this is how I end up losing my channel. Not for anything I actually did on my channel, but for fucking around on my channel, fucking with someone else's chat.
But the last few weekends have been stressed. Oh
my God.
Why do
Oh,
you think
why
that's
would you think that's an okay thing to say?
because I'm not on Tumblr.
So just type back because I'm not a pussy.
because frankly, I don't believe that somebody who's having an authentic panic attack has the ability, the fine motor skills it takes to type and spell well with punctuation.
Okay. To be fair, do you think these people are smart enough to understand that sentence in its entirety? Because what you just said makes way too much sense. You got to be like, because it was funny.
Right, yeah.
To be fair, though, I wonder if they're just like they're feeling a little bit anxious, but they're thinking that that's a panic attack because they've never had a panic attack in their entire life. They're like, "Oh my God, I'm feeling a little bit anxious."
The chat, to answer our chat here that we should be paying attention to, the chat we're watching is from some lo-fi hip hop channel, one of those radio station ones on the YouTube.
Yeah, it's a lo-fi hip hop channel that I like. I don't know why these people think it's the anxiety and depression station. It's
because they're sad, lonely people that need friends and need to go outside and they don't want to because they're afraid of rejection.
Hold on. I'm
AKA
panicking
Tumblr.
because my sister's fiance called off the wedding. Now she's super depressed. She's seeking help, but I'm having trouble not panic.
What? Why are you
What?
panicking?
Yeah, see, you're full of shit.
Ryan made a good point. Just tell them that they're just one blowjob away from not existing.
Yeah, for those of you who've like recently arrived or didn't hear me say it before, I'm running a stress test on my computer. That's why it's called the Quaaludes test stream. I'm just seeing how many things I can run at once before my poor potato of a laptop maxes out because Google Hangouts
just one GIF.
Well, 3 GIFs running at once with everything else that I had. The reason why is because what we're on right now, Google Hangouts, is coming to an end on the 1st, which is this Thursday. So we need a replacement option. And this is my OBS that you see on screen. And like I said, I was just running I needed a chat to be running up the screen to test the imaging here with the transparent background and everything. And I didn't think anyone was going to show up because they saw that it was a test stream, but a whole bunch of people showed up because you guys are awesome. And so now we're just watching this lo-fi hip hop channel's chat where everybody is confusingly and inexplicably talking about their multiple depressions and anxieties.
So I would say, well, is your sister hot?
If I install Discord, would you guys add me as a friend? Wow, that depressed me.
No, I want to find out if this chick that just got dumped is hot because she's on the rebound, and that's my wheelhouse.
That's the zone where I feel comfortable.
You're newly single, lonely, and have low self-esteem and slightly desperate. Hi, my name is Jack.
I desperately need someone just like me. Well, that's not going to make you many friends. You know what's wrong with you, Far? You're not like me. If you were, I'd be more friendly to you. I mean,
that's so narcissistic.
Well, it is. I need somebody just like me. I think you meant like somebody who's like compatible with you, but you're 12 and don't know how to say it. I only get to see my daughter once every 2 weeks. Look, if you're actually this dude who's all like estranged from your children and shit, you realize you're talking to a bunch of children in chat right now, right?
I'm telling you, that dude's driving a panel van somewhere.
Right? Like,
I want to dump out my purse on a bunch of 12-year-olds. Weird.
Tells me to drive her out of here. Does she? And believe me, I'm sparing the details.
Dude, listen, Johnny said, lo-fi hip-hop where the weak go to throw themselves in front of a bus.
It's supposed to be low-fidelity hip-hop. It's supposed to be largely instrumental. If you guys don't know what it is, it's just supposed to be like almost entirely instrumental. The only vocal stuff you hear is incorporated as part of the beat. It's chill, really slow tempo. It's supposed to be relaxed and chill. And if you like hip hop, you'll be familiar with the sound, but it's not hard hitting or exciting. It's beats to study to or whatever the fuck. Read to, you know?
Or apparently write really bad teenage romance dramas
Yeah.
and have creepy weirdos with panel vans hit on you. Want to join my sexy Discord?
Does anyone play Brawl Stars? That's what we call not reading the room. I can't capitalize anything. It's not working. Well, we should be
These
happy.
all sound like a bunch of menopausal women.
Bronco Boaz, it's elevator hip hop.
Did Far drop out?
Don't know. Hold on. Let me bring back up the Hangout. Yes, she did.
Oh, well. Guess we pissed her off.
It actually might be a good time to wind it to a close. I've successfully run the stress test that I wanted to, and I appreciate everybody showing up for it for, no discernibly good reason. But you guys are awesome. It's pretty sweet.
Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us while we test Polly's computer.
Yeah, and I said to Jack, hey, do you want to come on? He said, yeah, I should be up for another 45 minutes, and 2 hours later.
Yeah, I'm really tired.
No, understandable. No, I appreciate you guys coming on, and I appreciate chat showing up to keep us company while I added different things and wealth talking, see how high my CPU usage went and all of that shit. I wouldn't have been able to find out otherwise. So you guys are great for doing that. So yeah, I guess I can do OBS. I just have to keep it extremely straightforward and simple.
Yeah.
Other than that, we just have to find a voice place that we can all go to grab the voice material from. It hasn't solved any of the problems that we had with how to screen share and all that shit, though. Still have to work on that.
Well, I think we'll figure that out as we go.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up and close it off. Chat, thanks for coming. And if you're new here, I sincerely apologize that this was your introduction. Usually it's much more focused than this. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to delete the stream. I just think I'm going to unlist it, so all the subs will be able to see it for hilarity's sake, but it won't come up as new or recommended for any poor souls who happen to straggle in.
Just leave it.
No, leave it up. Leave it up. I just go back. Leave it up. Come on.
I just got back. Leave it up. All right, fine. I'll leave it up.
All right. I want to thank the gayest person on YouTube for the donation today. It's very nice of you. And yeah.
And Far, isn't it like midnight there? Isn't it time for you to go to bed?
It's not midnight for me.
No? Okay.
I'm on the West Coast.
Oh, fair enough. What's the time range across the continent? 3 hours across Australia?
3 to 4, something like that.
Okay. All right.
10:30 here.
So if Monkey hasn't started stream by now, he's probably going to do like an early afternoon stream where he's just chilling out or, not feeling well. So either way. I figured that he would have started streaming, and that's when I was going to shut it down because everyone was going to take off, because big overlap in the audience is so many people awesomely from over there came over here, which is great.
Yeah, P-Dog's streaming right now too. So if you guys are looking for somebody to watch, check out P-Dog Night. He's doing some good stuff over on his channel.
Nice. Yeah, so you can throw the link up there in chat for P-Dog if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. Well, talk to you soon at the latest this Wednesday. And for our final Google Hangouts stream, right?
Yeah.
That'll be the last one because it's gone the very next day.
Sadly.
All right, everybody. Have a good day. And don't go to fucking, listen to lo-fi hip-hop, but don't go to lo-fi hip-hop channels. Apparently, it's just a fucking depression fest over there.
Between depression and pervos, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would listen to those radio stations, but I've never actually read the chat before. Wow. What was that, Far? I'm sorry, I talked over there.
Unless you want to slit your wrists, don't go over there.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be depression and anxiety music. Don't let those people influence you. Jesus. All right, later, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye.
Night.